Hello and welcome to Wendy's Pet Salon. I am Wendy. This is Wendy's Pet Salon and this is my little salon at home. So it's just a quick little video today. I had a lovely lady with some British Shorthairs comment on the channel, and I just thought I'd show her a little British Shorthair that I groom. She literally comes maybe once or twice a year, maybe 3 times, depending on how her hair is. She's only very tiny, but the British Shorthair have really thick, dense fur. And sometimes it gets impacted in certain areas where they can't get to generally. So around here, because they can't quite get around to here, so sort of around the shoulder blades, the friction areas they tend to build up with. If I just show you, I can just pull a load of out there. And I have done a video on cat grooming before and I've showed you these little things. But I just wanted to go through it when we've had a comment on the channel. So I've just turned around and you see how these little tufts here, they literally will pull out with your fingers. So I haven't got a grooming spray with me at the moment, but a lot of the Artero things are cat safe. So I'm literally just going to put the teeniest, tiniest amount, because she's such a nervous cat. I don't want to start going sprays. But teeny tiny, can't even see it. So I'm just going to rub it around on my hands and I'm just going to massage it in, just to break up the hair. I'm just going to use my fingers and just massage it all in. Ooh, I really like that. And I've just disturbed it all, as you can see. She's literally here only for like half an hour or so. I don't bath her or anything like that. She goes outside. I don't necessarily bath every cat. In fact, I think the only cat that I bath really is the Sphinx that I do, because she needs her skin maintaining. Ooh, that's it. Let's rub that all in, and I can feel all the thick areas with my fingers, so around her head and her neck. There we go. And I've literally disturbed so much hair. So, I'm not a fan of brushes. Don't really like spiky brushes, but this one is very soft, flexible. The teeth are so soft. So I'm just going to go in and just go through, like line brushing in sections, whatever you want to call it. I just partings, I call it. So I just, a section at a time, I'll just go through, just lift it up and just go through, just to loosen it up. And you can see, it doesn't bring all together that much out, but what it does is it just disturbs it and breaks it all up. And I'm not really trying to get right down to the skin. It's just really to just disturb it all. Just disturbed it. Just to loosen it. She's purring now. She's very nervous at home, and she doesn't really allow them to touch her too much. But when she's had a groom and she's had a massage and all sorts here, she becomes a different cat for a little while when she's had a groom, which is lovely to hear, isn't it? Yes. And she's doing that whole face as if to say, oh, I've been waiting for this. But we're just going to loosen all that up. I haven't got my mic on, so please do turn the sound up. So now that's what we've got with the brush, just to loosen. And then I'm just going to use my comb just to break it. Right, so my comb isn't going just yet, so I'll just brush a bit more with the brush to break it, because they do really get impacted, these areas. And I want the comb to glide through before I start. I don't want to start pulling it through, dragging it through. I'm just conscious. I always like to hold the top of the ear when I've got the brush, so the brush doesn't catch it. You know, put my thumb over the brush, because it's such sensitive skin there. I don't want the brush to catch that. So try again with my wide tooth. Right, so that's going through lovely now. So I'm holding the skin taut, and then I'm going through, and you can see there's more coming up. So I'm just going to glide that flat on the body and comb it through. And now when I go through, I can feel where the resistance is on the comb. So I know the areas I need to concentrate on. She's sort of backing into me now, as if to say, oh, I remember what this is like. Ooh, that's a good girl. Just, ooh, a stretch. There's a lot around the shoulder blades here. They can't quite get to there. Only walking, and it's building up. So it makes them feel a lot freer. You know? So that's with the comb, just that area. So that's what the brush did, loosened. That's what the comb got, right? So we're going to keep going. And that's the wide side. I'm now going to turn to the shorter side. Metal comb. Well, that's gliding through now. And there's not as much resistance that side. So I'm kind of working my way down. So I'm still getting plenty off. So now I'm going to go with the sort of shedding comb, I call it, with the long and the short teeth in between. And this is kind of rubbery. In actual fact, let me get my other one, because that is better. I've got two of those. So this is kind of rubbery. So when you go through, not only does the comb, the teeth catch it, but the rubbery bit helps as well. Yeah. So that's what we're getting. More of that. So that's the thing we want to get out. All this clogging up hair. And that's the whole idea. So, not getting too much now. So, we've loosened with the soft brush. We've gone with both sides of the comb. We've gone with the sort of shedding rubbery comb. Now we're going to go with the banded comb, everybody. So the comb that I've got, it's a anti-static comb which I've had for years. It actually cost me quite a bit initially, but I use it a lot. So, I mean, my elastic band actually, to be fair, needs replacing. But you'll see in a memento how much this removes this comb. Ooh, she's a good girl. So I've just done that bit under her neck, gone over that one with the shoulder a little bit. And look how much I got from that. So, one. And I've only just done one side. Well, this will really help her fur balls, because this is the stuff she's licking. She's, you know, into her mouth. So helping them get this out really does benefit them a lot, because cats lick themselves a lot. So, good girl. So, like I say, it's just a short video to show some of the tools that you can use on your British Shorthaired. I mean, you can use rubber mitt as well. Anything sort of rubber really helps grip out this kind of short hair. Keeping it loose is really important, and it doesn't get impacted. And then come summer, you know, it helps them regulate. Yeah. Good girl. So that's one side. It's gliding through lovely now. There's not much resistance at all. Good girl. Do your bum a different way, but yeah, you can see the amount of hair that we get out with the banded comb. You then go down the tail. You should lick your tail, don't you, sweetie? So, let's just move all that there. So I'm going to do the other side. Ta-da! Again, just loosen that up. Good girl. I'm letting her sit in her most comfortable position. This bit here is quite impacted. And I don't try and sort of pick them up and move them all. I just sort of slide them around. This top is quite slippy. Ooh, you like that? Brush. You can always tell when they're comfortable when they're like, have their, you know, when they get in a nice comfy spot and they fold their legs underneath them. Yeah. Good girl. Good girl. Beautiful. Beautiful girl, aren't you? But she's not here for long, about 30 minutes. Let's just go through with the comb now, the wide tooth comb. Well, even just this benefits her massively to get this dead coat out. She does go outside, so you will feel the wind in your fur. There we go. You see, she's tapping her tail now. Now, this is not her favourite side. That is what she's telling me. This is not my favourite side. I'm doing it that way. This is definitely not my favourite side. Okay, not getting much out of that now. Let's go with the shedding one. Good girl. Just got to give them a little gentle stretch so that you can get into areas, and they do like it. Good girl. Getting plenty out with that. Good girl. We'll do your bottom in a minute. Just concentrating on the top, really. Good girl. Okay. Not getting much out with that now. That was there, wasn't it? Right, let's do the banded comb. She's stretching her own neck there. Oh, please. You're purring now. You're feeling. Good girl. Nice. Oh, nice, sweetie. Girl. There we go. Right, so, I mean, you can use things like, you know, carding combs if you wanted to, you know, just do their face a little bit more. the cheeks. It's called carding, and you do it on a hand strip, say border terrier or something. It's not a sharp knife. But it does get quite a bit of hair off the face if you just do this kind of motion, which is a lovely massage for the face, isn't it? Depending on the cat, of course. It depends on the cat. But I've just literally, just by carding, I've just got that off her face. There's all sorts of little things you can use. Even a banded comb, you know, once a week will really make a difference. Keeping that coat free, because it is such a thick and dense coat. I mean, if I was to lift it that way, you can see how grey she is underneath there. That's where all your undercoat is, isn't it? So I'm just going to swish you around a moment. Let me just brush some of those loose hairs away. Right, so there's lots of different ways you can get underneath. I like to just put my hand underneath, so they're doing the thing what they do on the, if you've seen on the ornaments, and they hook on the side. Depending on the cat, you can just sort of lift them up that way and take a comb down. And if they allow, then I go the second mile like that. Yeah, if not, we're just going to flip her on the side. I like to sort of put the tail underneath as much as I possibly can. On the side, sweetie. On your side. That's a good girl. The difference when you try and move them from their comfortable spot. So I'm just going to do a bottom. We are going to do a bottom. We'll find a way of doing your bottom. So that's the technique I'm going to use. And do it on the other side. Just feel for certain things. Clogginess, no clogginess. Should really wear a mask. So this is just about finding their position, really, that makes, you know, that they're comfortable with. And go through these things that you find a position in the end, don't we? And then I always go back to something that they like. I call it making friends. So I like to do something that she doesn't like and rewarding her with something that she does like. And then she's forgotten all about it. Not. Yeah. Oh, we're having a lick of ourselves. Yes, we don't mind that. Again. I'll just keep trying again. Sometimes stand in the mirror as well, because I have a mirror behind me and I can see what I'm doing. wants to keep going in that comfortable space, but we will find a way. Where there was a will, there's a way. And they do wriggle. And they do have sharp nails. I haven't done her nails because she is an outside cat. She is an outdoor cat. Right, so combined. Ta-da! I mean, it's all come together, but that is a lot of hair, really. And I literally keep going until her dad gets here. And then as soon as he comes, you go in your box. And it's literally about 30 minutes. And as you can see, the banded comb isn't even bringing much out now, so, and those who've seen how the banded comb works, it can bring a lot more out, so. Just put a little bit more leave-in conditioner, teeny weeny bit. Just leaves a nice shine. Just keeps everything loose in there. Obviously this spine here, obviously going over the spine can be a bit uncomfortable, but if you just pull the skin to one side, yeah, so I've pulled it down that side, same with this side, pull that down, and you're not bumping over the top of the spine. Let me see if I can find my mitt. So, like I was saying about rubber, here's my mitt. This is a bit big and clumsy, but you can, you know, use your mitt to massage them with it. And that brings a lot off. And also, I don't know where my pink one is, but this is a rubber Kong, and you can literally go over, oh, Daddy's here, and get stuff off like that. There you go, it's gone with the cat. So just to go over what I just did there, I loosened with the nice, flexible, extremely soft pinned brush, just to loosen, not to get right down to the skin, but just to loosen the whole area all over. And then I went with my metal comb with the wide teeth, the short teeth, and then I went with my sort of deshedding comb, I say, with the long pins and the short pins. I have two of those. And then I went over with the banded comb, which is just an elastic band round a comb. Now you'll see that the reason I do it on this type of comb is because it's not really comfortable, I don't feel, to put the elastic band round here on my hand. Can you see how I hold the comb? when I'm using this comb, I tend to use it like that. But when I'm doing this motion with the banded comb, you'll see that I hold it like that. Do you get what I mean? So if you were to weave a band there, you can do, if you feel it's comfortable, that's fine. But so if you were to weave a band through a comb like this, you're holding that as your handle. So that's the reason why these are great. So yeah, so saying that this is really expensive, I bought this some years ago when I went to see a man about a dog, about hand stripping Cocker Spaniels. Not really my thing, but these really help with hand stripping Cocker Spaniels because you're pulling out all the dead coat with the elastic. Ideal. And it doesn't damage the coat. So it's not just for, you know, you could use them on short-haired cats, British short-haired cats. You can use them on anything with a shedding coat, even sort of the hocks of golden retrievers, collies, you know, anywhere where there's sort of dead coat that builds up, you can use them in those type of areas. And obviously this originally had some like vet band around there, which is the horse bandage, you know, the one that sticks around, so it sort of sticks onto itself, but it got a bit manky. So I've just used some fabric tape on there, and it's just comfortable to hold and do what I need to do. The other things you can use to loosen up the hair as well as the brush is your hand mitt and your congs, anything. You see it's all rubber, the rubber grips, you know, and if you use it in a flowing motion, you know, you go section at a time, you can bring some more extra coat, and the more coat that you bring out, the better. And all today, you must use cat safe products on a cat, so whatever grooming spray that you use, make sure that it's not toxic to cats. You will find that, like I used today, because I've run out of grooming sprays for cats, I don't do a lot of cat grooming now, but I've just used a small amount of leave-in conditioner, just massage that in my hands, and it just helps loosen everything up and settle, take the static out while I'm grooming, and just helps everything release a lot more easier. So yeah, that was just a quick video today on Kitty Cat, our Christmas cat video. And what I would like to hear from you, I am going to do trying to plan it, I've started a little bit of it on Cockapoo Corner, where I'm going to try and help people easily as I can, practically as I can, to help them in between grooms, or as a brand new groomer, the process that I go through. And I'm just going to break it up in tiny bite-sized bits. So you might get a series, so I will start with an introduction and I will just do bits and pieces. So we might talk through the tools, what I do in the bath, the drying process, and the things that you have to bear in mind when you're at home, that you obviously haven't got all this equipment here, the things that you can do or need to bear in mind because you haven't got all this stuff to help prevent all this build-up of matting and keep your dogs comfortable as possible. And Cockapoo's been one of the main breeds that I do. I will have to find the number. I'll find the number. So I've just looked on the system. I've no idea how to do it. So I'm going to ask, I've asked the question, and I'll pop it up on the screen how many Cockapoos that I do, which is quite a lot compared to how many dogs that I groom. So I'll actually be able to tell you, out of all the customers that I groom, the percentage of Cockapoos that I groom, which is a lot. So,
a few moments later.
So, quick insert. I've been looking on the computer. I used to be able to know, used to be able to do a thing on the computer and I could tell what I do, what anyway, and I went through the system and I asked them and they said, we don't do anything like that. And then I've looked down what I can do and I found it says pet breed and I can find out exactly what pet breed. So it's like, it's all right, I've sorted it. So I groom 143 animals, the cats and dogs. So out of those, I do 46 cockapoos and 10 cavapoos. So when we work out the percentage of that, that works out to be 39.2% of what I do is cockapoos, cavapoos. So there's my answer. So I thought cockapoo corner would be ideal. So what I also need, or am asking my subscribers to do, is on this video, if you've got to the end, if you could write a comment on the things next year that you would like help with, and that will be a great start for me next year for the videos, what to do. I may even do my video on the biscuits that I did. This year I made biscuits, so I made a dog-friendly recipe, and also I wanted to go sort of biodegradable, if that's the thing. So I've got little paper bags with a little paper sticker and a little paper sticker there, and it just gives you, I've put all the ingredients on there, and I've put a little love from Auntie Wendy and a little well, there's a Father Christmas on some, there's a reindeer on some of the others. So I may even do the biscuits, because I may even continue to do those throughout the year as a treat from customers and just put them in a big jar, because they can keep for sort of 2 or 3 weeks. So as you know, I give a lot of treats to my dogs. At the end of their groom, as a reward, they always get a treat, and you'll see a lot of my videos, I'm always giving them a treat, because, you know, they've been behaving themselves, they should be rewarded, and then that's the nice part about the groom. So there's always got to be a positive. Some dogs like a groom, some don't, but, you know, a treat at the end always helps. So, yeah, so if you would, sorry for dribbling on, but if you could write me a comment, those people that follow the channel, it will help me immensely decide what videos I'm going to do next year and where to go with it. And don't forget that this is all free. I'm not monetized at all. I haven't got enough subscribers. I haven't got enough watch hours and things like that. So I don't qualify for all these things that people do on YouTube. This is just my little way of helping. So in some teensy-weensy way. So yeah, if you could drop me a comment, I would really appreciate it. I'll possibly do another video before Christmas, so watch out for that. Please do subscribe, and if I do a video, it will notify you, whatever you do, ring the bell, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. So hopefully you got to the end here, and I look forward to your comments. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.